Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. Oh, she's on fire right now. Thriving in the wrestling business, everyone. And we're all here for it. Oh, boy. Britt Baker and Kris Statlander have their iconic match. Yeah, they don't show up as much as people probably were hoping for that, but like... anyways, the Dr. D.M.D. Britt Baker, who kicks ass, takes names, and bleeds from the mouth, and a lot of blood when the Rosa is involved in fighting her, took on Kris Statlander at All Out for the AEW Women's World Championship. D.M.D. would also, in her process as becoming queen of the AEW, the pulse of AEW, to compete against the man, to compete against the blueprint, to compete against the queen, to compete against the hugger. It's just all that stuff. And then Kris Statlander would have returned back in March during the Arcade Mayhem match that was actually way better than it had any right to be, which is telling how AEW took a very pointless, boring storyline, even when Nero's having fun with it, and ended on a fun note. Oh man, remember when NXT used to be like that? Then Vince wanted to make it a brand and then didn't really seem to get how to let go of his hatred, yet also screw people over. But that's beside the point. Kris Statlander would go on a winning streak, and this actually after she had been gone for nearly a year at that point, because she suffered an injury back in June of 2020, and sure enough, I thought for sure, and I believe Kris Statlander and Britt Baker were supposed to have a match beforehand, before the injury went down. So this is Cosmic Fate saying that, yep, we're going to have a do-over with this. And Kris Statlander has really improved in the ring for a lot of people, more so than she ever was beforehand. I mean, like, she was good before, but now she's way better. And now Britt Baker, having defended her title against Red Velvet, extra chocolate please, I couldn't help myself. I am so sorry. She would defeat Red Velvet at the premiere of Rampage and would have backup. Not Rebel, but Jamie Hayter. The queen of haters. Thus, Britt Baker would form her own independent women's faction, and surprisingly, a certain Bebe wasn't involved in it. He would show up later. But, yeah, so now Britt Baker has her own faction, her own personal commentator in Tony Schiavone. She has her own enforcer, and she has her own assistant who is also taking a lot of screw job bumps. So, I say that's an absolute win. But, yeah, fun match we got out of this too, because, yeah, I didn't think Britt Baker and Kris Statlander, they would be given the time on the pay-per-view instead of being on TV, because that's a thing for some reason. But Britt Baker and Kris Statlander had a pretty damn good match, and sure enough, I love the whole D.M.D. versus Boop thing, and I was like, oh god. Like, if this, let's be real. If we were watching this and they did this on WWE TV, we'd be like, boring! We want bloodlust! Except, we're more forgiving for it because the characters are actually being fun and energetic and not all making me want to cry myself to sleep, having to wonder where did it all go wrong. Okay, I use that as an exaggeration. I'm not being serious. I don't cry myself to sleep because WWE has a terrible prog these days. That's just my 2 cents on that, though. But let me just exaggerate for that for the hell of it. But yeah, the fact that I could say, hey, we're going to have a dentist fight an alien, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, that sounds like something the Asylum would produce. I know. But we're going to actually make it good. Huh. So crazy it might just work. And they made it work. Part of the reign of wrestling, and Yeah, women's wrestling still being a little iffy on AEW, and I get it. But like Britt Baker, like she's carrying it for all she can, along with the women who have been able to get over, like Hikaru Shida, Thunder Rosa, and they're saving Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker for 2022, and immediately, and I'm looking forward to that bloodfest that we're gonna get there. Like after a lifetime match, they'll be like, how do you top that? Well, I'm pretty sure the Young Bucks gave you later in the night of All Out, where they said, let's do a cage match. That's basically our version of Hell in a Cell, right? Yeah, okay. And oh man, that Britt Baker's has very much improved over the past year, and Kris Statlander has also done it, but the biggest moment was when Kris Statlander was Panama Sunrise by Britt Baker, a la Adam Cole, baby, and commentary decided to say it's called the Pittsburgh Sunrise. Yeah, that's what it's called. Don't think too deep into it. Just because her boyfriend just happens to no longer be signed with the other company and just happens to not be showing up anytime soon, right? Please don't fall for it. And then here's the thing. I'm always confused when Britt Baker does the curb stomp. Yeah, I know she doesn't call it the curb stomp, but I call it the curb stomp because I've watched several do it multiple times. But the curb stomp is always to me the finisher, but she does it like 3 times to take down Kris Statlander. And yeah, I was honestly thinking she would do the last shot to beat Kris Statlander because she was too tall to be put in the lockjaw. I mean, yeah. We also get a moment with Orange Cassidy, everyone's favorite cool, suave man. Goes ahead and rips off his sunglasses and yells at the top of his lungs. And you're just like, damn it, he's showing personality. No. Yeah, when she's out after a curb stomp, Cassidy takes off his glasses, start yelling at Statlander again in the ring like a drill sergeant. And I was like, why is this so fun? And they're both insanely over. Like, I thought for sure Kris Statlander, despite how popular she was going to be booed because everyone loves Britt Baker more. That kind of shows you that in AEW, at the very least, they've shown we can make you like both. You don't have to be that other company that goes ahead and tells you to like someone, and then you immediately boo him and then cheer for the other guy. Or we go with the anyone but you Roman shtick that Bray Wyatt memified. But saying this match, it's just so refreshing to see. I mean, like, I'm like, if you told me this was gonna happen, I probably wouldn't believe you hadn't saying this was gonna get. But it's Britt Baker. I'm surprised she didn't bleed at all in this match because that's kind of a trademark whenever she does a big match event. Like, bleed out for the face, bleed out for the mouth, bleed out for the nose, and everywhere beyond that, and act like you're trying to wonder how on earth you're surviving this. But yeah, one thing I just said was that this was a fun bit. I said to some friends of mine is that, man, I kind of wish she did the last shot. It would have been just so cream de la crop. Mwah, perfection. Because I knew they were going to tease Adam Cole, baby, during the show before his inevitable debut, either at All Out or the Fallout to All Out. And I was for sure, they were going to do the last shot. They didn't. And and here's the thing, I thought for sure they were going to do it because Adam Cole did the lockjaw on Kyle O'Reilly during his last days in NXT, which would have been the perfect call forward callback. And I'm like, nothing will beat Endgame is a call forward to Endgame. But yeah, Kris Statlander would go on to retain the title and once again brag how she's the greatest, only to have her face her next challenger at AEW Grand Slam, Dynamite. She will face Ruby Soho for the AEW Women's World Championship, and it's going to be a banger of a match, everybody. I'm looking forward to it, and damn it, I demand more content from them. But Ruby Soho and Britt Baker, that stuff. Yeah, I want to talk about that build, but that's not the match yet. Oh god, that build-up has been something else. Let's just say this. They both went through the throat, and I am convinced that if Britt Baker was in 2018, if we got 2021 Britt Baker versus 2018 Becky Lynch, it would be the fiery women's feud of the decade. Oh man, can we get that killer instinct again out of Becky Lynch, and then we can have them both interact on Twitter and just cut each other's throats with their Twitter posts and just go out insane and make us think, why isn't this match happening? But that would be too torturous as well. So anyways, this was Neo Reality Entertainment, the WrestleVerse, presenting Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. versus the alien Kris Statlander of the Andromeda Galaxy, or whatever that was, or any other galaxy in that regard, along with Britt Baker's assistant Rebel, not Reba, and her enforcer Jamie Hayter, with everyone's favorite cool Orange Cassidy, the man for the kids. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all next time. Peace and take care. Stay tuned, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care.